We're here because free speech is under attack. We're here because people are being convinced that socialism works. We're here because people are being judged guilty until proven innocent. We are fighting back with facts. This is not a safe zone, so buckle up, Buttercup. This is the raw, naked truth.
IRS whistleblowers, SpaceX rockets, the debt ceiling, and more. Welcome to the Raw Naked Truth. I'm your host, Eric Lopkin, and here's the news you need to know. An IRS special agent said to be involved in the federal investigation into Hunter Biden's taxes is seeking whistleblower protections to provide sensitive disclosures about the probe to Congress. Mark D. Little, a lawyer for the unnamed IRS employee, wrote in a letter Wednesday to a bipartisan group of lawmakers that he represents a career IRS criminal supervisory special agent who has been overseeing the ongoing and sensitive investigation of a high-profile, controversial subject since early 2020, and would like to make protected whistleblower disclosures to Congress. While Little did not name Biden in the letter, which was obtained by various news organizations, a source familiar with the matter, who also verified its authenticity, said the investigation refers to the federal probe into the finances of President Joe Biden's son, Hunter. The Supreme Court said Wednesday that sales of the abortion pill mifepristone could continue at least until Friday as justices consider a challenge to a Texas lower court ruling that suspended regulators' approval of the drug. The Food and Drug Administration authorized the pill more than 20 years ago, but anti-abortion groups in November challenged the decision and recent Biden administration regulations designed to make it more widely available. The New Orleans-based 5th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals last week narrowed the Texas ruling but restored restrictions on access that were in place before 2016, when the medication was only authorized for use through 7 weeks of pregnancy and after 3 in-person doctor visits. The appeals court also blocked distribution by mail. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., son of the late presidential candidate and nephew of the late President John F. Kennedy, officially launched a long-shot campaign for the Democratic presidential nomination, becoming the first Democrat to challenge President Biden's expected bid for re-election. Kennedy, who denounced vaccine and mask mandates during the pandemic, made the opening public appearance of his campaign in Boston, once the home turf of his politically powerful family. In a nearly 2-hour speech, Kennedy, age 69, talked about his career as an environmental lawyer. He criticized Biden for his commitment to supporting Ukraine as it fights a Russian invasion. Kennedy also spoke against the coronavirus lockdown imposed early in the pandemic when Donald Trump was president. House Republican leaders on Wednesday introduced their plan to raise the debt limit in exchange for federal spending cuts. The bill, called the Limit Save Grow Act, would keep discretionary spending levels in the next year at 2022 levels and cap spending growth at 1% annually. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy announced yesterday the legislation would reclaim unspent COVID-19 relief money and block some of President Biden's initiatives, including forgiving some student loans and providing new clean energy subsidies. The GOP plan would raise the debt ceiling by $1.5 trillion or until March 31st, 2024, whichever comes first. Democrats want to raise the debt limit with no conditions to avoid a catastrophic default on the country's debt, accusing Republicans of holding Americans hostage while they continue to raise spending to unlimited levels. The median U.S. home price fell 3.3% to $400,528 in March, the biggest annual decline since 2012, according to real estate brokerage Redfin. The decline came as high mortgage rates, which have increased as the Federal Reserve raises interest rates to fight high inflation, have forced many buyers out of the market. A scarcity of people shopping for homes has sharply reduced demand in once booming markets like Boise, Idaho, Austin, Texas, and Sacramento, California. Just over 28% of homes sold nationwide fetched more than the list price last month, down from 54.1% last year. This year's spring home buying season is lackluster, said Redfin chief economist Daryl Fairweather. Facebook parent Meta started its second round of layoffs on Wednesday, telling North American employees to work from home as it cut 4,000 jobs under a plan that will eventually eliminate 10,000 positions. The reductions, part of what CEO Mark Zuckerberg had said would be the company's year of efficiency, will affect employees at Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and the company's Reality Labs virtual reality division. Meta employees criticized management and said the layoffs were destroying morale as people tried to hang on to their jobs and wondered if they would be the next to go. "It's about to be Hunger Games out here," one Meta employee wrote on the Blind social media app. SpaceX launched its 500-foot-tall Starship, by far the world's most powerful rocket, on an uncrewed test flight Thursday morning. But a few minutes after clearing the launch pad, it failed in a mid-air explosion. The giant rocket lifted off a few minutes after Thursday's launch window opened at 8:28 a.m. local time at the company's flight test facility in Boca Chica, Texas. SpaceX describes Starship as a fully reusable transportation system that is made to carry cargo and crew to Earth orbit. It is designed to help humans return to the moon and go to Mars and beyond. The huge rocket, loaded with nearly 10 million pounds of liquid oxygen and explosive liquid natural gas fuel, flew for several minutes before the mission ended in a ball of flame. That's the Raw Naked Truth. You can catch every episode of the Raw Naked Truth at xvadio.com/podcasts, the Apple Podcasts app, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Amazon Music, Audible, and other platforms that respect freedom of speech. We'll see you next time.